Graduation ceremony officially opened. As mentioned earlier, it is our hope to create you a memorable and fitting event to confer your awards. The setting of Sydney Opera House, couldn't get better, is ideal for such celebrations in so many ways and highlights the importance and the significance of this event in your academic life. Would the graduates please stand? Here we go, guys. Thank you. On behalf of the UBSS Academic Senate and the GCA Board of Directors, I admit you to the degrees to which you are qualified, and for those that are unable to attend today, I admit them also to the degrees they are qualified in absentia. Graduands, please be seated. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manly. Graduates, the procedure from now on will be that I call your names individually as graduate students in order as they appear in the booklet that you have with you. When I call your name, would you please come to the stage from where you are sitting and proceed to the centre of the stage where the X marks are on the ground. And Dr. Geoffrey LEE will present you with your program award. Once you have received your documents and had a photo taken, please proceed across the stage and down the stairs back to your seat. I also at this time ask Yasser Abbas and Madalena Tresca to assist me with the distribution of the testimonials. The first student to come forth is Durga Adhikari. Durga, could you come up, please? Any way you like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I now ask Adil. I apologise in advance also if my pronunciation of some of the names is terrible. Please bear with me, okay? Samiyaya Ayal. I'm sure that's not right, Sammy, but I mean, okay. Mohammed Ashraf Chaudhry. Ajay Deshar. Suresh Jihemia. Abdul Rahman Imani. Rosalina Eva.
We finally got you up, Rosalina. Congratulations. I know. Let's get a photo. You hold this too. And where are you from, Rosalina? Originally? Oh, very nice, very nice. So you're going to stay in Australia or go back home to your family? Very good, very good. Well, work hard. I'm sure you'll make a great addition. So, good on you. Thank you, Rosalina.
Geoffrey Insiong.
Congratulations, Geoffrey. Now that's a fantastic name. Here we go. You've got to hold your own testament. Good on you, Geoffrey. Where are you from, Geoffrey? Ah, very good. Very good. Hopefully you'll stay on and do some work in Australia. Good on you, Geoffrey.
Sujan Kharel.
Sujan, well done. Congratulations. You're going to get a little photo first. You're going to hold it. It's your degree. You should feel very proud. The degree is an important thing. And where are you from? Very good. We have a great Nepalese community right here in New South Wales. Many of my friends are Nepalese. Yeah, very good. Hopefully you can get to stay and do some work. Thank you.
Lindiwe Magasela.
Lindiwe, congratulations. Well done. Very good. And where are you originally from? Ah, very good. Very good. Were you going to stay in Australia? Do a bit of work. 2 years at work, get some experience, make all the mistakes that someone else will see. Very good. Yeah, and then have a business. Good on you, Lindiwe. Thank you.
Yogesh Maharjan.
Congratulations. Yes, well done on your accounting degree. Where are you from, Yogesh? Very good. We have a Nepalese dancing, hard-working people. Hopefully you can stay in Australia and contribute. Good on you, Yogesh.
Aagya Mainali.
You're going to hold your degree. What are you doing after you finish now? Oh, wow. Congratulations. Very good. There's lots of work for accountants these days. Oh, good on you. Where are you working? Okay, very good. Well done. Congratulations again.
Stanley Marcello.
Congratulations, Stanley. Well done. Thank you. What are you going to do after, Stanley? Are you? Congratulations. I didn't realise you get an accounting degree and a marriage certificate. That's amazing. I should talk to the board witness about it. Well done. Well, make sure you invite young Miss Manly to the wedding.
Weeraya Mongmetha.
Weeraya, congratulations. Well done.
Ali Mohammed. Pamila Pande. Marissa Pazalotis. Binod Pun. Cheery Ramos. Hafiz Rizman. Kriti Sigdel. Irfan Shah. I have only one left. Yeah? These ones, no problem. Rafia Udin. Oh, Rafia. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Erika Murakami.
Very good. Congratulations. Erica, well done on there. Congratulations. Are you going to get a job? What are you doing after you finish? Oh, very good. What are you going to study? Oh, good. Masters in accounting. Oh, your little friend just before said that too. Good on you. Thanks, Erica.
Ari Tandjung.
Ari, well done. Congratulations. What are you going to do after you finish it? Oh, good on you. Make a good contribution. Thank you. Well done on your degree.
Karen Maralit. Katherine Maralit. I told you. Sorry.
Well done, Catherine. Congratulations. Well done. You know what they say, Catherine? They always say the best to last. So you must be the best one. The whole lot. They meant to do it. Gerard meant to say that because he wanted to draw attention. Well done. Thank you. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now presented all degrees to those present at this ceremony. I now ask Professor Greg Waitley, the Executive Dean at UBSS and Acting Chair of the UBSS Academic Senate, to present a special award. This award is called the Professor Gehry Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Professor, would you be so kind? The Professor Gehry Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement is named after the inaugural chairman of the UBSS Council, the late Emeritus Professor Gus Guthrie. It is awarded to the student in the graduating class who has most distinguished himself or herself and demonstrated genuine academic excellence. This is a very coveted award, and today we present this award to Mr. Stanley Marcello. Stanley, would you please come up? Congratulations, Stanley. Please. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, a man I've known for several years, Dr. Geoff LEE, MP. Before Geoff comes up, I'll give you a brief introduction into who Geoff is and what he's achieved. In March 2015, Geoff won the seat of Parramatta for the second consecutive term. Geoff's election win follows on from his win in 2011, where he received a massive 25.8% swing, winning 62.1% of the vote on a two-party preferred basis. From 1992 to 2001, Geoff was the proprietor of Hambledon Garden Centre, a retail, landscaping and plant hire business. Based in Parramatta, Geoff successfully built the business from inception to a business employing 10 staff and servicing major corporations in the area. In 1996, the centre won the Parramatta Chamber of Commerce Regional Award for Service Excellence. Geoff is a member of the Parramatta Chamber of Commerce and continues to champion small business as a key driver of innovation, economic growth and the development of local jobs. Prior to entering politics, Geoff was the Associate Dean Engagement at the University of Western Sydney from 2007 till 2011, a lecturer in business at UWS from 2004 to 2007, and a TAFE teacher from 2002 to 2003. At UWS, Geoff's role included Head of Program for Postgraduate Marketing and International Business, and a coordinator and lecturer for a range of postgraduate and undergraduate courses. In 2009, Geoff was awarded the UWS Vice-Chancellor's Excellence Award in University Engagement and winning the College of Business Excellent Award for outstanding contributions to research. Geoff has both an Australian and Chinese ancestry. His paternal grandfather originated from the province of Zhongshan in southern China and moved to Australia in the 1920s. His maternal ancestors are of English and Scottish descent, arriving in Australia in the early 1800s. Geoff holds a Bachelor of Applied Science in Horticulture from Hawkesbury Agricultural College, a Master of Business Administration and a Doctor of Business Administration from the Macquarie Graduate School of Management. It is with great pleasure that I ask you to welcome Dr. Geoff LEE.
Well, thank you, Gerard, for that lengthy introduction. And it sounds like I've had this eclectic version of life. There wasn't a common theme running through that, unfortunately. I didn't hear, but anyway. Can I first off by starting to acknowledge the many distinguished guests, and if I can just go through a couple. Mr. Alan Manly, Chairman of GCA, Professor Greg Waitley, Executive Dean, fellow academics, distinguished guests, graduates, and especially the family and friends that come along to support you guys. Can I say it is a great honour and a privilege that I get to say a few words, and I think graduation is one of the most special days, and I love to go to them and sit up on stage, and I do miss that as a politician now. I do miss that because I rarely get the opportunity to come up and sit on the stage and congratulate the people, and I think today is one of those special days, and I hope you take this day away with you and remember it as one of the special events. Can I be the first person, normal person, if there's such a thing, to congratulate you on your award of all your degrees, and what a fantastic effort that has been. I think you should also thank your wonderful family and friends, and for those that can't be here that are listening on the internet, you guys should thank them a lot, because without their support, none of this would all be possible. So I congratulate both the family and friends for all the support. But today is a time to celebrate your achievement and your success. And let's hope it's a great milestone, the one that you will remember. Because I know you've made it through, you've fought in the good fight. You know, you've filled out your assignments, you battled the grumpy old professors. Greg, where are you there? You've run on lack of sleep, you've crammed for exams, rather than the night before. You made it through all those lectures and assignments, and finally you've passed and you've succeeded. And today you get your official bit of paper, your testimonial, which will carry on into the future. And remember, I think the wonderful thing about it is nobody can take that award away from you. You've earned it and you've received it. It always reminds me when I come to this place, this iconic place, and the professor mentioned it before, this is an iconic place, the Opera House in Australia, and we're very proud of the Opera House. But when in my day, 25 years ago, when I finished my undergrad degree, we were in a car park. I remember it was a car park and windy, and it was awful. And luckily it didn't rain that day. And I think what a special day it is to be at, if not the most important building in Australia, right here at the Opera House today. And you know, one thing I remember about that day is I remember it was awful because of the car park, but I can't remember the occasional speaker who's that position like me, the person who actually spoke. So an old lecturer once told me, not an old lecturer, she wouldn't like that, but a lecturer once told me when someone talks, if you can get your message across and remember 3 things you've done well. So when I was thinking about today, what would I speak about? I have 3 words, 3 things that I want you to remember. Just 3. So see if we can remember those by the end. First, can I say that hard work is not enough to be successful? Now, when I grew up, my dad, who's Chinese, and he's pretty Chinese, he's about up to here on me, he reckoned if you work really hard, you'll be successful. Well, I hate to tell you that's not true. Yes, you can work really hard, and we see people work really hard, but you've got to do more than hard work. It is essential to be successful to work hard, but it's not the only thing you have to do. You yourselves have to be responsible for your own careers and plan your own careers. Your lecturers here today, and many of them are here and many of them aren't, but have given you, the skills and the aptitude and the ability to do a great job in terms of accounting. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to take control of your careers. You have the tools to be successful. You have the ability to realise your potential. So you have to take your careers in your own hands. For me, when I was 22, I wanted to be a horticulturist. And that's why I have that funny garden centre stuff in my life for 20 odd years. I was a horticulturist for 20 years. I had a garden centre landscape business, and I thought that was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. But you have that ability to change it. Today is the start of your career in deciding whether you're going to become accountants or you're going to do something else in the future. And it doesn't matter what you do, because once you have the degree, you can do many things. Which brings me on to the second point. Continue to learn. You may think you've finished studies today, but in reality, lifelong learning is going to be a focus for the rest of your career. When I got my first job, I had an undergrad degree some 25 years ago, and not many people had degrees then, and that was enough to get a job. Today, just about everybody has a degree. In fact, most people now do masters, and I noticed there was a few people doing masters of accounting. You must really love numbers, because I don't know. I don't think I'd be a masters of accounting. I just passed finance in my MBA. But today, to differentiate yourself, I would suggest you've got to continue to learn, whether it's through formal studies or your own private studies, but a master's now is sometimes a prerequisite to move further on. So certainly take a break over the years, but certainly continue to learn throughout time. I think that's particularly important, especially if you want to work for someone and go further. So my suggestion is to look at master's programs in the future. For me, I completed an MBA while I was working for myself. I took a few years off, then did an MBA while I had my own business. And I did it because I thought that was a good investment in my future, and I like studying. Remember, those ideas and the knowledge and the skills that you have can be transferred from one job to the other job. It's all about never stop learning. And the third takeaway, if I can say, is take every opportunity that you can. In politics, and I'm a politician now, we have a saying: fortune favours the bold. So in 2011, when I was an academic in those days, as an assistant dean, and I had the opportunity to become a politician, which I asked my friend, do you think I could get elected? And he said, oh, it's probably about a 1 in 1,000 chance you'll ever get up. But I thought about it for about 6 months. In fact, I even talked to Mr. Manly, who's on stage now, about it, and I want to thank him for his advice. He actually said, don't do it. So, it's a true story. I remember when he said it. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to be one of those people that said, I could have run, but I didn't, and I didn't take my opportunity. And can I suggest to you in life that if you take every opportunity, some will fail, but more will be successful. And that if you take every opportunity, even though sometimes it may be scary or it may be, can I do this? It's a wonderful opportunity, and it gives you so much more benefit. And then when I thought I was going to become elected and I was thinking about being in Parliament, another thing that worried me was speaking in Parliament. So you speak a fair bit in Parliament and in the State Parliament in Macquarie. So you get up there and the Hansard record verbatim what you say. And I looked and went, oh, you can make mistakes. And they record it, because it's there forever. It's always searchable. And I thought, and I looked at the other people and they went, if you can do it, I can do it. So take every opportunity. It's a wonderful thing. As a politician, I can do more. When I was as a teacher and an associate dean, I could actually change learning of some 10,000 odd people into style of learning. But now I have the opportunity as a politician to change the community that I live in, to argue and deliver resources, and something like $4 billion worth of resources for my local community. It is beyond the wildest dreams that you can about actually affecting change for the change that you see society should be. So whilst there are a lot of critics that sit there and don't like politicians and criticise the way that world works, well, I say, if you don't put up your hand and don't volunteer, you'll never know. But if you do and you get elected, you can actually change things around you. Some are good and some are not so good. But I would suggest to you that seize every opportunity that you can. So today, my challenge is threefold for you. Take responsibility for your career and realise your dreams. You're the person responsible for your success. The second one is continue your education. Never stop learning. I did it myself. Undergrad degree, postgrad, MBA, and then a doctorate. And I love studying. I love learning. And the third thing is, which I think is the most important, is take every opportunity. You don't know what you can achieve until you do, and you can change the world. Finally, let me congratulate you on your award today, your achievement. I hope that you can celebrate it in a memorable way with your family and friends. For those of you that choose to stay here, I hope you study some more, or I hope you find a job, or for those that do have a job, I think that's a wonderful opportunity. I always say, as Parliamentary Secretary for Multiculturalism, one of the best things about Australia is built upon migration, and people that choose to study in Australia, then work in Australia, and then become Australian permanent residents, and then get a citizenship, they make some of our best Australians that we can ever have, and that's what we need for the future. So I hope in the future you'll look back and you'll remember 2 or 3 things that I said today. I wish you all the best for your future careers, whichever way it takes you. I hope if you're returning home, you'll keep Australia and visit us many times. I'm Geoff LEE, MP for Parramatta, and it's been an absolute honour and privilege to be with you.
Thank you, Geoff. I would now like to call upon Mr. Stanley Marcello to deliver the vote of thanks to Dr. Geoff LEE, MP. Stanley.
Good morning, everyone. I prepared some speech, but I think similar with Mr. Geoff LEE, so I don't know now. It's pretty similar. I always think it's gonna be cool to graduate in Australia. Oh, I think I have to adjust. Yeah, it's too tall. Yeah, it's gonna be cool to graduate in Australia, but this is beyond what I ever dreamed to get the award, and yeah, it's pretty amazing to have the opportunity in the Opera House. And talk about speech, I remember Winston Churchill said speech should be like a skirt, women's skirt. Long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to keep it interesting. So so don't worry, I'm gonna make it short. I'm gonna make it very short. So yeah, I have 3 things that I wanna talk about. Just keep it short, yeah? First thing, top of my list, congratulations, my fellow graduates. We did it, we made it. Isn't it funny if we think day by day, nothing changed, everything normal, but now we're standing here, if we look back, everything is different, right? And I'm sure we all in here remember the first day we arrived in Australia, that feeling excitement plus worry a little bit because it's English, like speaking English in the class. And then the first day we go to queue in the student service. I remember 2009 with Scarlett at the back, take my pictures for the ID card. We all remember that moment. And then our first class, it's just amazing how the first class, remember the Nilima class? Yeah, it's very nice. And then Nisha class, and the rush, you know, we have to rush to go to Mr. Lu class to be on time. One time is okay, 2 times it's good learning. Like, I make sure that's why my life starts, like from Mr. Lu have to be on time. It's simple. And first exam, right? The first exam, like talking about exam, I keep asking myself, why an exam we can open phone or check the phone for the answer? Why can't we have like work in the team? Still asking that question, like why? Because during in real life, in workplace especially, if you're a team player, you'll be good, you'll be great. That's what they're looking for now, right? But now, I'm standing here in this graduation, I totally still don't understand. Maybe one day I'll understand. If I got master degree, maybe I'll understand. And because, but here we're now in like beautiful landmark. It's just amazing feeling. And the second of all, I would like to thank you for my family that support me. Mama, Papa, Fallon, my sister, my uncle, my auntie, and my girlfriend Claire and family that support me. And all the professor, the lecturer that teach me everything. And talk about the lecturer, I have this one class, Professor Tom Valentine. Yes, it's Professor Tom Valentine. I study corporate finance. I remember it's August 2014. In August, it's like last month. It's nice, hot summer day, right? No, it's cold, freezing. Like, I don't want to attend class. I was going to be in a blanket, watching TV, you know, but I just say, let's do it. I just go to the class. And that day, Tom Valentine show about stock valuation, about JB Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman, and Coles West Farmer. That day changed my life. Since then, I read more about investing. I read more about Warren Buffett, Paul Tudor, all these great investor. It's more, my life changed. It's more about being stoic, not Epicurean. Epicurean is like YOLO. You only live for once. But as an investor, that's what I start. I start investing. And I don't want to go into detail, but oh man, it's worth it. Yeah. And the moral of the story is not too bragging. Like I attend the class 100%. No, it's a lie. I never hit 100% attendance. But what I want to share with you is, I agree with Woody Allen. 80% of success is simply showing up. That's very simple. Because the most important thing is we never know when it's come, the opportunity. The thing is we have to get ready when time is come. So yeah, that's what changed my life, and that's number 2. Similar with Dr. Geoff, 1, 2, now it's number 2. And then the third one is go. Go, like, I totally agree. No one can take knowledge from us. We invest in knowledge. Benjamin Franklin say, the best investment that pay highest interest is knowledge. No one can take it from us. And dealing with goals, all here standing in this room, we're all achiever. Either one of us maybe already got first bachelor, now second, or this is the first bachelor. It's a big, huge achievement. And everyone have a goal, losing weight, getting married, like me, I want to get married, and then, or get a new job, but usually what stops us to get to the goal is a fear. Fear of rejection, fear of unknown, something new. But we in here, we prove we did it before. We achieved something. We came to country that we don't know how, my English still broken, but we just do it, right? And then, yeah, we all here, master of science of achievement. We are the master, we know how to achieve something. We get hungry, want to learn more. And then the thing is about achiever is sometimes we forget where we came from. We get upset, like, oh, I want this now. Like, we don't study on patient. Like today, we're waiting 2 hours. That's a good study. We're just patient for coming in this room. And the last thing is, we're being like human doing, not human being. That's what I realized. You know, we just keep chasing. And the second most important, in my opinion, and I read in some book, is the art of fulfillment. When we are like grateful what we have, when we, a lot of people in the whole world dream to be in our position now to graduate. And here we are now, standing here, graduation for bachelor. It's amazing achievement. Behind our goals, we're going to be happiness, right? Success is getting what you want, and happiness is wanting what you get. And growing and giving is another level. We have to grow, like Mr. Geoffrey Lee said, growth, keep learning. So yeah, growth and contribution, give more to others. That's basically, if you work for yourself, that's never enough. That's why richest people in the world, they achieve more, but at the end, they just give more. That's what I learned. So yeah, once again, thank you and congratulations. Let's celebrate. This is a great gift. This is not the ending, this is the beginning. We strive to be the best. We live strong and live with passion. Let's make our parents here proud. Let's make our professor here proud when they see me on the street next time. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanley. I have done many of these graduations, and around about this time in each of them, I look around the room, and you listen to Dr. Geoffrey Lee, who, as he said, is the Parliamentary Secretary for Multiculturalism. Look around the room. We have 32 different nationalities of people here today, and all we do all day, every time we go home, we read the papers, we hear about negative things. I see all of you smiling, all of you getting on really well together, and all of us appreciating what we have and what we're doing. Surely that's what the world's all about. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers, this concludes the awarding of the program awards, the Professor Guthrie Award, and the speeches. The formal part of the day now concludes. As soon as the event concludes, I would ask all graduates to meet outside the main foyer for the graduation photos and a tradition that's amazing. It's called tossing of the hats. And it's been a tradition in education worldwide for as long as anyone can remember. And it's something I even see today, graduation pictures that I've accomplished in things. Everyone then was tossing hats. Everybody now is tossing hats. It's a picture that you will cherish as you get older and have children and show them. My son recently saw a picture of me graduating and he said, "You look so young, Dad." And he said, "Why were you throwing your hat in the air?" And I said, "We were celebrating." And he said, "Oh, hopefully one day I can do that too." And so on. That's what you guys have done today, and it's a marvelous achievement. What we'll do now is that drinks and canopies are being served in the back room at the conclusion of the ceremony. Don't forget, guys, you're out there for your pictures. What I'd like you to do now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd be so kind, is to please stand for the departure of the academic procession. The staff will recess first, followed by the graduates.